Racism. We are not cured of. Clearly. And it's not just a matter of it not being polite to say nigger in public. That's not the measure of whether racism still exists or not. It's not.
So what next? A couple topics today. I want to talk about racism. What is it? What it isn't? What it can be? What it should be? And what it shouldn't be? And what it can never be. And it's all those things lumped into one, partitioned, like you'd see on a computer. It's just they're separate subjects, even though they're the same topic-ish. And speaking of topic-ish, I'm also going to talk about, some of the things going around, the controversies of Jewish people. And as far as I know, there's two kinds of Jewish people, at least in the Bible. You've got real Jews and false Jews. I think I know who the false Jews are. And then you've got, with racism, people talk about skin color. It actually goes far beyond skin color. Racism doesn't have to be skin color at all. I think it's mostly cultural. And I'll tell you why. Years ago, in my teens, had a summer job, and me and my friend got lost in city of Watts or town of Watts, whatever, over by USC. And, University of Southern California. So, Watts. And as we were walking through, we were going to get a burger and ended up having grits that day. It was just the way it was in that neighborhood. But we got threatened in that neighborhood to get out or face dire consequences by a white guy. This white guy talked like he was from the South going, "Yes'm, ma'am, yes'm, sir," a white guy. So he grew up in a particular culture, kind of the same but opposite of when Steve Martin was in The Jerk, when he said he was born a poor black boy. There he is, as white as heck, right? So, again, cultural. In his mind, in that movie, he was a black man. Just like the guy in Watts. In his mind, he was black. And if you bring like skin tone or skin color up, that's an organ. It's a physical organ. It's an exterior and interior organ at the same time. So really, skin color is about pigmentation or tone. There's some black people out there that you can tell they've got white mixed in their race because their structure is different and their skin tone is different. And I've seen black people where they're so black it makes a black crayon look white. And I mean so black that they almost look purple black. And then you see a lot of red-headed women, super white, getting together with black. I mean, that's the extreme of opposites attract. And these red-headed women, or booger green, it's like, how come that makes sense? Booger green for the extreme redhead. kind of like the purple black, the booger green, white black. And it's very common. Usually, if you see a white girl with a black guy, she's got red hair most of the time. Now, let's circle back around to the whole Jewish thing. Sammy Davis Jr., a black Jew, right? Converted. Not sure how that works. Does that make him a Jewish N-word? So let's open that topic up real quick. Back to the Amazing Racist with the Ari Shaffir guy. You know, he's a Jewish guy, and he pokes fun at himself too, because he goes, Jewish people are gross. Ew. You know, it was a hilarious skit. And, you know, he can make fun of his own, but could he make fun of Sammy Davis Jr. for being black, but a black Jew? You know, in certain connotations, I suppose he could. You know, but only blacks can use the N-word without being convicted of something, whether it's social acceptance or, you know, just condemnation. You know, it's okay for blacks to call white people crackers, but the second a white person says something potentially derogatory, it's into the world, and next thing you know, you got half of the Democratic Congress and Senate coming out condemning all white people. And then, of course, they got to throw gun control in too while they're at it. Oh, these white people are racist and they carry guns. That's not reality. That's their reality. Like the Russian collusion reality. It was nothing. It's fake, it's made up, and it's, what do you call it? Positioning, optics for votes, optics for more power, optics for do as I say, not as I do, which is the Democratic Party. Do as I say, not as I do. You know, you got that freak Cortez that was hired by the super PAC, 10,000 applicants. She got the gig. They control her, they tell her what to say and do. That's how that idiotic New Green Deal thing came up. Pretty dumb. You know, the Califart thing was humorous, so you gotta admit that. Even though she meant it. And of course, later that night, one of her own top staff members took a picture of her eating a hamburger. I think even he's fed up with her. It's kind of silly. But wrapping back around to the topic, what is racism? Is it because you don't like a particular person? Because certainly you can't blame a whole race. And if you think about race, this is the human race, no matter what color you are. So in a roundabout way, everybody's the N-word if someone calls someone an N-word, because that's a race that you're calling the N-word. You know, or if you're in a mixed family, the contemplation that must go on between someone that's half white and half black has got to be insanity. So we'll talk about the impact, repercussions, and rewards of racism. And where there's a reward. I think it's the Jussie Smollett case. Stupid name though, huh, Jussie? Hey, Jussie. You know, trying to create all kinds of divide and hate. It didn't work for him all the way around, and we'll touch on that in this too. But so there's the introduction to this video, and off we go.
Hello, sir. How are you? Shopping today?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? I'm trying to get a petition going. I'm trying to get Jews to apologize for killing Jesus. So I'm trying to get as many signatures as I can.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I'm trying to get Jews, Yiddle Diddles, Hebrews to apologize. Because
You know what? You're in a Jewish market.
Yeah, I came to find them. They killed Jesus.
I'm sorry. What is this? Is this a
Are you
joke?
sorry? That's great. If you could just sign this and say
No,
sorry about it.
I did not kill Jesus.
Yeah, but I mean, your people, dude.
Are you for real here?
I mean,
What are you doing in a Jewish market here, talking to Jews this way?
why do you talk like that?
What
Why do all you guys talk like such victims? Like that's what you sound like all the time. All the time.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to talk to you.
All right, fair enough.
Jesus.
Here, by the way, we're giving away across the street 50% off rhinoplasties. Nose job. You
Get out of here.
50% off.
Get away from me.
Real? You don't want 50% off?
No, I don't.
Wow. Wow. Hi. How are